All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes Cold Truths. Today, we'll be looking at the NBA schedule for the New York Knicks and then guessing which games will be wins, which games will be losses, and their total win-loss record for the season. All right, starting with the Cleveland Cavaliers for our first game, I think that will be our first loss. I think with Mike Brown, trying to feel things out, Cleveland to me has more things that they know, like, oh, this player goes here, roles and stuff like that. It's not like coaches are trying to figure out the players while the players are trying to, bench players are trying to figure out their roles too. So with those two, I think I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think it'll be a loss on our end. Then we face Boston Celtics right after that, 2 days after. I think that's gonna be our first W. Boston without Tatum. I think the players know Boston well. So, yeah. Then we face Miami Heat, which I think is going to be a W as well. I think we're about to go on a little win streak after that. So, we got Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, Chicago Bulls, Wizards. That's to me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game win streak right there. So I think we'll be 6-1 by the time we get into November. The first week of November will be 6-1, I think. So then we face the Timberwolves, which I personally believe with Mitch being healthy, this is also going to be a W. So I think we're going to be 7-1. Brooklyn Nets, that's another W. Grizzlies, another W. Wait, okay, just making sure that wasn't a back-to-back. Now, our first loss in November is going to come to the Orlando Magic, I believe, just because it's a back-to-back. And I don't know, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like we weren't great when it came to back-to-backs. You could blame it on Tibbs with the minutes and all that, but I'm just going to say that based off that, and Orlando Magic's defense last year was great. So yeah, I feel like that's gonna be an issue. Then we got Miami Heat twice, which I feel like is gonna be 2 wins. We then face Dallas Mavericks, which I feel honestly confident about. Cooper Flag just being in there for the first time. This is his first season. I think players are gonna be able to exploit that weakness. So I think that's a W. Orlando Magic, we get the rematch game. I think that's going to be a win as well. Brooklyn Nets and Hornets are going to be 2 W's again. Then we're going to face Milwaukee Bucks, which I feel like Milwaukee might take one here because I don't feel like we're going to get a clean sweep on them. Toronto Raptors, we usually beat them, so I don't have an issue with that. Celtics, first game in December. Celtics away in. I'm gonna give the Celtics that one. I'm gonna give respect to Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and them. I feel like they'll at least get one against us. The Hornets. I feel like the Hornets is another again W. Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz felt like they had our number last year, so I'm gonna give Utah Jazz the W here. All right, I'm gonna give the Utah Jazz the W. Then we have Orlando Magic and the Pacers. I believe we are gonna go up in the series against Orlando, so I'm gonna go give us that win. Then we don't face a team until the 18th, so December 7th. We get a long break. Then we face Indiana Pacers, which I think will be a W as well. 76ers is a roll of the dice. If Embiid's back, I'm going to take this as an L. But if Embiid's not back, it's going to be a W. So depending on Embiid, we are going to either be 20-5 if he's not there, 19-6 if he is there. Then we face Miami again. I honestly think we're sweeping Miami. I may be wrong. I'm gonna give this next game to the Timberwolves because I feel like Knicks and Timberwolves always be back and forth. Revenge game against Cleveland, I think at home, especially for Christmas, I think we're winning that. We usually shine bright in the big moments. Atlanta Hawks, I gotta give that to us because why not, right? Screw the Hawks. I think this time Porzingis, while people say, oh, they got Porzingis, I think that's gonna be a nice little thing, Porzingis and Trae Young, but I feel like there's gonna be too many question marks if Porzingis is still having health issues, and I feel like with a year older, Porzingis is not gonna be as springy as he was, especially after all this sickness stuff. The Pelicans, W, sorry. San Antonio Spurs, I feel like they're gonna get revenge from that Mikal Bridges game, the Christmas game, so I think they're gonna win here. We're gonna be 23-8 so far by the end of the year. I think our end of the year record, December 31st, is 23-8. Then we start off the next year, right? So I think we beat the Hawks. We lose to the 76ers because this is a back-to-back game. I don't really see us doing really well in back-to-backs, to be quite honest. I feel like Pistons got something to prove. This is a away game too, so I'm gonna give it to the Pistons. So far we're going on like a little 2-game losing streak. Might make it 3. Yeah, 3-game losing streak. I feel like the Clippers might get us there. And then now we go on our winning streak here. Suns we beat, Portland we beat, Sacramento Kings we beat, and I think we beat Golden State And then I think we beat the Suns again. So that's, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-game win streak. Then we face Dallas Mavericks. I'm gonna give Cooper flagging them 1 game out of the series. So right now we're 29-12. I say we beat Brooklyn, we beat Philly again. Sacramento, we beat. Toronto, we beat. LA, we beat. Portland, we beat, right? So that's 1, 2, 3 games. Then I feel like February 3rd, we're gonna beat the Wizards, but then we go home to the Nuggets, which I feel like we're gonna lose. And then we'll probably lose against the Pistons again, just because I feel like there's always that one underdog that always gets the Knicks, and I feel like Detroit is gonna be that this year. I expect them to make a jump. Boston, I feel like we're going to beat them. Pacers at home, we're definitely beating. 76ers again, we're beating. Then we get this win on Detroit. Houston, that's going to be a tricky one. I feel like we could get Houston, though. I feel like them trying to figure out what KD could fit anywhere, but I feel like we will have the weapons for Houston. I'm sorry. I feel like we got that. Chicago Bulls, I feel like we got that. I think we're going to go up in the series against Cleveland. I feel like we're the kryptonite to the Bucks. I'm sorry. Spurs, I feel like we got that. Toronto again, we got that. OKC. Now this is the first time we face OKC. Is gonna be at home. I feel like we got that, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because I feel like champs, other than when the Warriors went and broke the season record for most wins, best record, I feel like most teams usually drop down after their winning season because everybody knows about them. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my personal opinion. I feel like we're gonna beat Denver Nuggets in LA, but we're gonna lose to the Clippers on a back-to-back, and then we're gonna beat the Utah Jazz, beat the Pacers again, Golden State at home, that's a W, beat the Pacers again, beat Memphis, beat Brooklyn, and beat the Wizards. Oh, and the Pelicans. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wins. Lose to the Thunder, lose to the Rockets. I think these are 2 L's. We're probably gonna give one to the Bulls as well. And the Hawks away, yeah, I feel like we give that one up. And then I'm gonna be respectful to Boston. I'm gonna give them one. And then I feel like we win the next 2 games. Toronto Raptors and Hornets. I missed 3 games. I don't know how I did that. All right, whatever 3 games I missed, I'm gonna put that in the losing column because I forgot where I put that. But I think our record at the end of the season will be something around 59 wins. Yeah, you heard it here first. 59 wins. 59 wins, 23 losses. That's 82 games. Let's go. 59-23. New York Knicks. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Much love. Peace.